these skills can be useful for your professional personal growth. So our title, if you see, our today's session title is Club Meeting Roles and Responsibilities. First let us find out what is a club meeting. So in a club meeting, what are the skills you are going to develop? If you see, if you want to grow professionally in any organization, be it a self-employed or maybe you're an entrepreneur or you're a businessman or you're a corporate employee, there should be some management skills you have to hone. So that means if you want to start conducting a club meetings, there are 4 important skills one can able to achieve. First and foremost is team management, because each club meeting is a unique, because there are members are participating in the club meeting, conducting club meeting on various roles. So those are conducting club meeting, they can develop the team management skills, how to bring the best out of the team. So the team management skill is very important, because if you are working in the corporate or you are working in any entrepreneurs, any business or something, so you have a team, isn't it? Maybe it's a small team, maybe it is a 20-member team, or maybe 100-member team, or a 200-member team, or a 1,000-member team. But you should know how to manage the team. So if you start conducting a club meeting, so you will get the first and foremost skill is team management. So what are club meeting you are conducting, that you can translate the team management skill in your professional life. So that will be helpful for your growth in the profession. And the second important aspect is time management. So any service, if you are giving a service to our customers, time is a key. And if you are developing a product, if you are delivering the product to our customers, on time you have to deliver the product. And also if you are running a business, you have to keep your time as per promise to the customers. So time management is one of the important skill. So that also you are going to learn from while conducting the club meetings. So why I'm stressing this thing, because don't see the club meeting as a only club meeting for the Toastmasters purpose. Once you conduct the club meeting in the Toastmasters fraternity, then you can learn the skill and you can apply in a professional field. So that is a time management is one of the important skill. Then third important skill is client management. So here in club, if you see, all members and all guests are our guests, our clients actually, our customers. Because you are conducting the club meeting, that is a product of Toastmasters. In a 2 hours of club meeting is a product we are giving to or a service you are giving to our members. So members has to satisfy. And even guests who are attending, they have to satisfy about our club meeting. So you have to learn how to manage the client, how to get the guest feedback, members feedback, each and every club meeting. So here you are going to develop the client management skill. When you're conducting the club meeting, you are developing the client management skill. And fourth is very important, that is creative management. I think if we see, there are 16,000 clubs in the Toastmasters International, and even there are 170 clubs in our district 120. And each and every club meeting you have same pattern of 3 sessions. But if you go and see each meeting, you experience the quality based on the roles the members are playing, how responsible the members, how they're playing the role. So that will give the quality. So that means you have to inculcate to the members in a creativity for each and every club meeting. So you learn the creative management skill. So while seeing the club meeting, so you see in the multi-dimensional, it's not only our club meeting in a Toastmasters, but you can see how you are getting these skills of time management, team management, and client management, and creative management. So these skills you can take to you and you can apply in the professional field, in your personal field, even in personal life. If you want to conduct a major events, any marriage or any function at our home, you can develop, you can apply all these skills. So this is what I want to expect first. I have to set the expectations. So if you look into the club meetings, is how it is developing our own skills in a professional personal field. Then how the Toastmasters is helping for you. So that is what objective of this session. I think just 1 minute, I'm going to see the next slide. Yeah. So coming to the club context. So now you understand what are the 4 key management skills you learn from the club meeting. Now you see what is the club context in a Toastmasters International. First is club is a nucleus for the Toastmasters International. Because if you see, we have a Toastmasters International and we have a club. And each club and Toastmasters International only having independent governance bodies. Like we have XCOM team, like Toastmasters International, they have their executive team. And also these two, either club or Toastmasters International only getting the revenue. That means membership fee, you are paying through the club and the fee is translating to the Toastmasters International. And remaining all layers, if you see, above club you have area, division, district and region. All are having leadership teams, but those are virtual leadership team. If you see in a club context, in a Toastmasters International, it is an independent governance body. That means club having XCOM can run the club on their own way according to the Toastmasters International guidelines to help members to develop their communication and leadership skills. So next one, club is a fertile ground. So we have around 3,56,000 members across the world. And each and every club, if you see, on the club premises, either nowadays you are conducting the online on a virtual stage, or if you are conducting in the venues, club venues, you are a physical stage, you are developing communication, leadership skills, along with your creative thinking, listening skills, and writing skills for writing your scripts and all those things. So club is a fertile ground to develop our own skills. Then third aspect, if you see, club is a time-tested platform. That means if you see, next month, we are completing 96 years of Toastmasters International. They started in 1924 on October 22nd. So for the last 96 years, this platform has given to the members to test their creativity, to test their skills, to test their leadership qualities. So it is proven, it's a well-tested platform as a club to hone our skills. And fourth aspect, if you see, it's like a network of opportunities. And be it a community club or maybe it is a corporate club, so it's providing a lot of opportunity for networking among members. For example, if you see in a community clubs, we have a guidelines of from 18 years to up to 100 years, members can become members of the club, and they will come with various diversified field backgrounds. There are lawyers, there are chartered accountants, there are engineers, there are doctors. So everyone will come with their own background, so they can share their knowledge. And also in the break time, we can have a networking with them. We can learn from them. Whereas if you see in a corporate level, if any corporate club, if you are conducting a meeting, there is an opportunity for each and every member to meet their senior management. And if you are giving a good speech and you get a very good visibility, even within your organization, not only with your project, you can have a networking with other projects, other business units. So that is one of the context of the Toastmaster Club. And last but not least, so club is a place where you can orchestrate your leadership responsibilities and your role, whatever you are taken, whether it is speaker role or maybe evaluator role or a table topic speaker role. So you can able to orchestrate your roles and responsibilities in the club premises. So this is the club context in a Toastmasters International. So now moving to the club meeting key roles. So before I'm touching upon the key roles, I would like to explain what is the anatomy of club. I think most of you, maybe new members may be knowing, they may think that what is the difference between club officers and the meeting who are conducting various leadership roles. So a club having, actually each and every club, there is a XCOM, that executive committee you can say. There are 8 officers are available, including past president. And some clubs can run 6 months XCOMs. Some clubs can run 1 year XCOMs, depending upon the guideline set by Toastmasters International. So the club officers, if you have, see the president, vice president education, vice president membership, vice president public relationship, secretary, treasurer, sergeant arms, and immediate past presidents. So these 8 officers make sure each and every club meeting is conducting in a best possible way, and also they want to, everybody wants to try to give best from the club to its members. So these are the pivot of the entire club. Then when you're coming to the meeting, so meeting has to be conducted by its own club members. So in a meeting, we have various roles. Obviously, I think we have speaker. Some speakers will be available. There are general evaluator, and the evaluators are there. Grammarian, accounter, timer, toastmaster of the day, table topics master, and topics master. Tabletop speaker also. So these are the roles we are giving to the members to enhance and to train their skills in the communication and leadership skills. And if you see, if you categorize this club meeting key roles in a 3 broad ways, like first one is category 1. This is a flagship roles in the club meeting, any club meeting. There are 3 important roles. One is a toastmaster of the day, that what we call as a toastmaster, and general evaluator, and topics master. Topics master is for the table topics. And category 2, this is the support leadership team. So this team is very helpful for the general evaluator to keep time and also to see how members are developing their flow of long ways. So there are 3 roles. One is accounter, grammarian, and timer. Third category, I can say, this is a very important category because this is the center stage of the club meeting, any club meeting. We have a speakers and we have evaluators, because there is a speaking session S1. There are 3 sessions are there that I'm going to explain. So for 3 sessions, we are using the members giving the opportunity to speak their speeches actually. And also there is a sergeant arm. Sergeant arms will initiate the meeting and also will help for conducting the votes, collecting the votes and giving the results to the Toastmaster of the day when they concluding the meeting. So these 3 categories I can say, category 1, category 2, and category 3, there are 9 roles, and each category we have 3 roles. How these 3 roles can be useful for conducting, can be played while conducting each and every club meeting, I'm going to explain in future slides. And before going to the in-depth about the orchestration of roles and responsibilities, so I would like to give how actually club meeting will be ordered. That means I think most of you know, we are getting agenda, isn't it? Each and every meeting, Vice President Education will publish the agenda. So I would like to give typical club meeting order, how we have to plan the club meeting. So any club meeting, we need to balance leadership and communication, because these 2 members has to learn from the each and every meeting. Suppose, for example, if you are in 2 hours of meeting, agenda should make sure 1 hour is dedicated for the leadership development, 1 hour for dedicated for the public speaking development. So normally, most of the clubs, they'll follow club duration time from 90 minutes to 120 minutes. That means 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And predominantly, if you see the order of meeting, right from the initiation of the meeting and for conclusion of the meeting, there are 10 important aspects. So Sergeant Arms will initiate the meeting and he will set the tone for the meeting and he will set the guidelines. Then you will hand over to the president. So president will open the meeting and he will inform to the members about what are the business happened and what are the important announcements are there. Then he will call out the secretary, and the secretary will read out the minutes of the previous meeting, so that those members not able to attend the previous meeting, they can able to understand what happened in the previous meeting. So once secretary is completed his read out the minutes, then president will call Toastmaster of the day, what we call as a TMOD. So TMOD is an important role in conducting the club meeting. He is a flagship leadership role because he has to anchor entire 2 hours meeting so that he will call the role players one by one. Then he will call first general evaluator. So general evaluator is evaluator for a whole meeting, and also he is having his own team, what we call as a tag team. Tag means timer, accounter, and grammarian. So he will introduce tag team to the members, and he will hand over back to the Toastmaster of the day. Now, Toastmaster of the day, he will conduct 3 important sessions. What we call as session 1, session 2, and session 3. What I mentioned here, S1, S2, S3. So session 1 is a prepared speeches. Normally, any club, they can able to accommodate, depending upon their other business events, anywhere between 3 to 5 speeches for each meeting. So members will inform the speaking slots earlier. So the members who are giving the speeches, they have to develop their script, and they have to show to their mentors, and they have to sign up from the mentors, and they can rehearse their speeches, and they can come and give the session 1, their prepared speeches. Then session 2 is impromptu speech. This impromptu speech will be conducted by topics master, table topics master. So what he will do, he will give opportunity for the guests, he will give opportunity for the members, those are not playing the leadership role, those are not having any speaking slots. So he will give opportunity. So members will come and they test their impromptu skills, thinking on their feet, delivering the speech in a short time of 1 to 2 minutes. That is a session 2. Session 3 is very important, and it is a backbone of any club. That is evaluation. So in a Toastmasters, there are 2 important things we learn. One is evaluation, second is mentoring. So if these 2, any club is creating good evaluators and very good mentors, then that club will give a excellent quality, I can say. Because through mentoring, you are sharing your experience to the new members, and through evaluation, you are giving feedback to the speakers how to develop their future speeches. Then after that, this meeting control will go to Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster of the day will give, again, he will hand out to the president of the club. And if you see entire flow of a duration of 90 to 120 minutes, whatever I mentioned here, session 1, session 2, session 3, it will take anywhere between 45 to 60 minutes. That means 50% of time we gave the members to develop their communication skills, like public speaking skills. And remaining 50% of time, you are distributing among the leaders, right from the sergeant arms, president, secretary, and the club key roles of Toastmaster of the day, general evaluator, timer, grammarian, and accountant. So they are getting 50% of your club time to develop their leadership skills. Remaining members, they're getting 50% of time, they're developing the public speaking skills. So this is the typical club meeting order. So based on this order, Vice President Education will develop detailed agenda and he will publish to all the members. So having said that, club meeting key roles. So what are the various types of club meetings we have available now? Generally, if you see, there are 4 important club meeting. One is a traditional meeting. I think now because of Corona and this pandemic situation, we are conducting virtual meetings, online meetings. But otherwise, what we used to do, each and every club, they have venue. And in that venue, we are conducting the traditional meeting, and we have a stage, and we have physical presence of all members, and we are giving on the dais, we are giving speeches. So that is what called the traditional meeting of club meeting. And second meeting, I can say it's an online meeting. What actually we are experiencing for the last 6 months. From March onwards, we are conducting the online meetings throughout the world. And third meeting, I can say it's a milestone meetings. So whenever club is reaching some milestones, maybe it's a 50th meeting, 100th meeting, 150 meeting, 200 meetings, we'll conduct the milestone meetings. So that milestone meeting pattern may be different from what are regular club meetings. And also these milestone meetings, we will start well in advance, 1 month advance, we will form the team and we will conduct as a major event because it's a celebration time. So we'll celebrate our success through milestone meetings. So last one, you can say it's a business meetings. Business meetings means, and every club having election, every 6 months you have to select our club leaders. So we have election meeting and we have installation meeting because each and every turn, whenever new leaders are coming to run the club, and we have to install officers from president to sergeant arms. So that is what called business meeting. And also if you want to conduct any moments of truth or any district related important events, if you want to conduct, that we can call it as a business meetings. So predominantly I can say any club meeting, there are 4 types of meetings. One is traditional meeting, second one is online meeting, third is milestone meetings, and fourth is business meetings. So now coming to the orchestration of roles and responsibilities. So I mentioned in a previous slide, any club meeting, if you want to conduct, we need to have 9 role players. And those 9 role players, we have classified into 3 categories. Category 1, Category 2, and Category 3. See, predominantly, entire Toastmasters fraternity, any event, if you participate, you will get some knowledge, isn't it? Whether you are a newly joined member, whether you are a 1-year-old member, 3 years old member, maybe you are a DTM, you are a 25 years old member, any member will get some knowledge. If you attend conference, if you attend contest, if you attend international events, or if you attend milestone meetings, club meetings. So in a club meeting means you are sharing knowledge. Knowledge means light. So light having, I think light having 7 different shades of colors. That's what we call as the rainbow colors. So when you are playing a role, you think like that. You are a rainbow and you have to see in a 7 dimensions, how I can able to contribute my role into the club so that I will develop and also club will be getting benefited. It's a mutual benefit. So that's why I created this orchestration in a rainbow pattern. For each role, if you see, for example, general evaluator, there is a general evaluator as a role. It's a key flagship leadership role. And what is the responsibility for the general evaluator? He has to evaluate entire meeting from beginning to end. How actually meeting has been placed, whether it is ordered as per the agenda or not, whether is there any misplace of roles and responsibilities as missing, or maybe some speakers are not available, and how actually club is managing entire 2 hours, how it is giving the benefit to the members. So he has to evaluate everything, whatever is taking place during the meeting. So when you have a responsibility and you want to conduct as a leadership role, obviously you need to look for some tools, isn't it? So what is the tools for the general evaluator? Prime tool is agenda, because agenda, whatever vice president education is created, that is important tool. Because there only you come to know what is the tag team and who are the speakers and who are the evaluators. So your agenda is one of the tool as a general evaluator. And also general evaluator should have a checklist. What are the things you need to record during the meeting? So from the starting of the meeting, whether banners are there, whether all the role players are in place, whether agenda is neatly written on the board. So all those things is having some checklist. So you have to follow the checklist. So that it can be used as one of the tool. And second thing is observation checklist, because each and every meeting, the general evaluator will vary, because one member may get general evaluator this time, next meeting some other member will come. So depends upon his observation skills. He has to make sure how the club is doing good, whether any important improvements I have to suggest to the club. So that is observation checklist. Here, general evaluator will think about his creativity and his listening skills, his thinking skills. So all these things will be helpful in our profession whenever you are doing any project or program, or whether you are doing services. So these observation skills are very important. That is the tools you will use general evaluator. Then coming to what is the expectation, because any role, if you are playing, there are certain expectations, isn't it? So as a general evaluator, you have to give positive evaluation and you give a reporting to the club. So this is the expected minimum expectation from the general evaluator. So he has to give positive feedback so that club will improve from meeting to meeting. And also he has to report at the end of the meeting. So these are the expectations. So having said that, responsibility, tools, and expectations, now there are three areas each and every leadership role has to take care. So before the meeting, that is what we call the peer the meeting, and during the meeting, at the meeting, and during the meeting. For example, general evaluator, before starting the meeting, he has to align with the Toastmaster, that is Toastmaster of the day. And he has to get all the information, who are the tag team, who are the evaluators, who are the speakers, all this information he has to get from the Toastmaster of the day. And he has to call his team, tag team, timer, accounter, grammarian. He has to brief them. What are the things they have to do when meeting will start? So that is a prior to the meeting. Then at the meeting, that means before just the commencement of the meeting, he has to ensure all evaluators, they got the manuals from the speakers. And he has to greet the evaluators. And he has to sit in such a way that he has to see entire view of the club. That is what I'm telling about in a physical meeting. But now we are conducting online meeting. I'm going to explain about how actually online meeting, what are the key roles are important that I'm going to explain. But in a normal meeting, general evaluator has to sit in such a way that he has to view entire club, how that meeting is happening. So these are at the meeting. During the meeting, it's very important. During a meeting, what general evaluator will do, he will take the notes, because each and every session 1, session 2, session 3, when he's transferring from one session to other session, when the roles of leadership roles are changing from one leader to other role, like a TMOD to general evaluator to tag team, again back to the TMOD, then president, how actually this transformation is happening. So cover each part of the meeting, so that he has to observe and he has to note down. Then at the end of the meeting, he has to give the report, what he has felt, how club is doing, and what are the areas of improvement. So the vice president education, he will take those inputs and he will try to incorporate, implement for future meetings, so that over a period of time, you can improve your quality week by week, month by month, year by year. So that is the important role of general evaluator. And if you see, there are a number of resources. I think if you see Toastmasters International website itself is an excellent knowledge repository. Whatever money we are paying, whatever fee you are paying, it is much, much less, I can say. Because 96 years of knowledge has been kept as a repository in the Toastmasters International. And here in the last column, I'm mentioning for each role, what are the items you can able to look into it. For example, there is one item called, this is called 1312 manual, item 1312 in Toastmasters International. This is what we call the master your club meetings, a guide to quality in the club. So this type of manuals are available and it's all free. You can able to, if you, when you are assigned as a general evaluator, you can refer these items and you can understand. And a lot of thought process went inside that developing the manuals from our past leaders. So that will be helpful, not only for conducting club meeting, and it will be very helpful for you to use those skills in our professional environment. So this is the, whatever I gave sample in the category 1, general evaluator, the orchestration of the roles and responsibilities. In a category 2, I'm going to take accounter as one of the role, how you have to orchestrate in a similar fashion. Actually, what is the accounter? If I think if you are not a postmaster, nobody knows what is the accounter, isn't it? But accounter is very, very important. Accounter is actually is a good leader. He has to he will develop the listening skills. And over a period of time, if you can able to play the listening skills, accounter role, you know how to deliver a quality speech. So what is the responsibility of accounter? He has to note any overused words and filler sounds. I think most of you know what are the overused sounds. Okay, yes, you know, those type of things. Or filler words, like that. So those things he has to understand, observe for each and every member coming on the dais or maybe taking virtual stage. That means you see accounter is complete 2 hours, he'll be busy and he is go on listening and he will develop the listening skills. What are the tools he's having? Accounter checklist. I think each and every club, they have a checklist, account checklist. And they have very nicely bounded journal will be there. In that, I think each and every meeting, they note down the accounter, what are the accounter has to do and what are the things he has to follow in the club. What is expected out of the accounter? He is an active listener. He should be active listener and he has to record filler words and crunches and all those things. And he has to announce when the general evaluator is calling for giving his report. So that is expected out of accounter. Now coming to the 3 important dimensions of the meeting. What prior the meeting, at the meeting, and during the meeting, what accounter has to do? So accounter has to do in the prior the meeting, he has to prepare a brief explanation of the duties for the benefit of guests, because Toastmasters may be knowing, members may be knowing what is accounter. But there are each and every meeting, there are guests. Guest has to understand why accounter, what is the leadership role he is playing, how it will be helpful for him. So he has to briefly explain what is the benefits of accounter. He has to prepare that one before the prior the meeting. And at the meeting, he has to get the blank copy of accounter's log, because each and every club, they will maintain the register, accounter register. So he has to ask Sergeant Arms and he has to get that register and he has to see how it has to fill. He has to be prepared. Then during the meeting, once general evaluator is calling for him to explain his role, he has to explain his roles and responsibilities. And he has to listen to everyone and note down crunch sounds and report to the club. So this is the during the meeting. And this also having, we have a repository and you can refer whatever item number I'm putting in the last column for each and every role. Those items you can get it from the Toastmasters International. Then you can refer those items. So if you follow those items and you can practice, you can be able to conduct the very good quality club meeting. Now coming to the category 3, orchestration from the category 3. See, category 3, I told it is a very important, it's the center stage of the club meeting, because this is a category 3 roles will play in the S1, S2, S3. Session 1, Session 2, Session 3, isn't it? Session 1 is public prepared speeches. Session 2 is the impromptu speeches. Session 3 is the evaluation. So if you see in evaluator, what is the orchestration for the evaluator role? So maybe most of the clubs, they'll think that evaluation role means you have to come to the club and you get the manual and legend the speech and you give whatever you want. Actually, that's not correct. When you are doing evaluation, you have to do more groundwork than speaker, because you have to understand what the speech, what is the objective of the speech, and how you can able to give feedback to the speaker. This you have to develop. That means if you are an evaluator, you should have a complete knowledge on the project, what actually member is giving, and that member is assigned to you. So this responsibility is providing a verbal and writing feedback to the meeting speakers. That is a responsibility for the evaluator. And what are the tools he's having? He's having listening and critical thinking skills, feedback mechanism, and motivation strategies. So these are the tools you can apply as a general evaluator, as the evaluator for the speaker. What is expected out of general evaluator? I think most of you know that Toastmasters will never point any member personally. We are always looking for the development of the member, and we have to give only with respect to the project or speech, whatever he is giving. So as an evaluator, you have to give a honest evaluation, and you have to be aware of the skills of the member, because if a new member and you would have seen the member is already given a couple of speeches, you know what skill level he is having. Accordingly, you have to give evaluation, you have to motivate him and encourage them to improve their skills. So that is expected from the evaluation. So coming to the evaluator leadership role, what he has to do in the prior to the meeting, at the meeting, and during the meeting. In the prior to the meeting, I already explained, he has to review the project objectives and talk to the speakers. And you ask speaker if you want to observe any public speaking body language or whatever may be. If he wants, you can ask those things. And also you have to carefully prepare what best you can give as an evaluator to the speaker to develop his communication skills. And at the meeting, look for the speaker and get the manual, meet your general evaluator, and also you have to confer with the speaker. So during the meeting, what will happen? When you are giving the speech, speaker is giving a speech, you have to record the impressions. And also you have to answer the evaluation questions set in the evaluation document. And you give a desired prize to the speaker when you are giving the reporting to the back to the club meeting. And for evaluation also, we have a very dedicated manual, how to give evaluation, what are the evaluation tips, and how you have to motivate. All those things are available in our Toastmasters International item 202, I think. That is one of the evaluation repository available in Toastmasters International. So now, having said that, orchestrated the various roles, and I gave sample for each category. Now coming to the online meetings. So what is the difference in online meeting? Compared to our traditional meetings, because traditional meeting, people will come and join in the meeting venue. And if any missing, they will interact with them and they'll sort out the things and they'll try to start the meeting. But in online meeting, it's not possible because people are attending from their homes, maybe from their offices, wherever they're attending. So what are the key meeting roles in addition to whatever roles I mentioned earlier? So there are three important roles. One is the Toastmaster of the day, and second is a technical host. Technical host, what we are calling now our District 120, we are telling Zoom Master. Because most of the members, they may not be familiar with the collaborative platform, either Zoom or Teams, WebEx, whatever may be. So you need to have technical host. So technical host will help the members to enter into the meeting, virtual meeting. So this is the additional role we are creating in online meeting, and also timer. So in a TMOD, what I'm telling is TMOD is you should have very good collaborative skills because it's an online meeting, virtual meeting, and he has to make sure all role players has to be available. And before meeting, start of the meeting, everything is set. So that is the TMOD is a key. Technical host will help the members any technical glitches are there, if they want to present, share their documents, and they want to present their PPTs, so those things technical host can help. And timer, in a physical meeting timer, we have different types of different devices, like we have green, amber and red lights will be there, that will be on, speakers will see and all. But here what happened, it became online meeting, and Toastmasters International has created 3 devices like green, amber, red, and timer can take those things, and based on the time guidelines, he has to put it on the screen. So these are the 3 important roles while conducting the online meetings. Now coming to the conferencing platforms, I think because of this pandemic situation, corona situation, each and every corporate, each and every business, everybody is going for the collaborative platforms for conducting meetings and everything. And predominantly, I think most of the things in the Toastmasters, we are using Zoom meetings, Zoom software. And there are other softwares also available. Microsoft Teams is there, WebEx is there. Then Google Meet is there, GeoMeet is there. So that depends upon how actually your members comfortable. If you're a corporate, maybe corporate are having maybe Teams, they may be having WebEx, you can use those things. But in a community clubs, depending upon the members' affordability and all those things, you can choose your meeting. Predominantly, we are using Zoom. So that is the thing. Then most important is tips to attendees. Because if you are attending online meeting, there are some norms you have to follow. So that is, you have to register ahead of the time. And when you are entering to the virtual meeting, you have to mute your speaker till you are getting your turn. And also always look for the directly to the camera, not for your pictures. When you are speaking, if you speak with your camera, then people will understand you are talking to them. Dress for the occasion. I think it is very important, because people should not take light when our club meeting is there, because there are members spending their effort, their time to conduct the meeting. So we have to give respect to them. And also be aware of the background, because normally when you are conducting, attending from home, I think we know there are some distractions will happen. So you have to see the place where you won't get distractions. From there you can able to join the meeting. And also important thing, show respect to the fellow attendees. Because if attendee is giving 5-minute speech, you would have prepared hours of time. And also not only it is a 5-minute speech, it is a 5 minutes for each member, isn't it? Because you are 2 hours you are sitting in the meeting. So you have to respect to the fellow attendees. And you have to be patient till your turn comes. So these are some of the etiquette you can use in the online meetings. But recently, if you see, in Toastmasters International, there are a number of resources available. There are 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes videos are available, how to conduct the online meetings and what are the guidelines. All these things are available in Toastmasters International website. You can go and see, and you can practice, and you can conduct the club meetings. Now coming to the, after listening all this club contest, various key roles, what is the club meeting order, various types of club meetings, and how to orchestrate your roles and responsibilities. So over a period of time, because we have conducted the meetings for the last 12 years in our community clubs, and some clubs may be having conducted 15 years, some clubs may be conducted 10 years. So each and every club, they have best practices, isn't it? So for conducting quality meetings, so what I observed from my experience, there are 5 important best practices you have to follow. First and foremost is identifying key role players. Because when you are identifying the role players, suppose for example, Toastmaster Day and GE and Tabletop Master, if you are identifying very good members and those are passionate to conduct the meeting, so that will give the quality to you. So don't give fresh members immediately for important roles. Fresh members can start from the lower order, like a timer. Let him take the timer initially, after the account or grammarian. Then TMOD, after some experienced members, you can give to TMOD. General evaluator, because you should know entire club process, meeting process. You have to give to general evaluator some important members. So you have to encourage members, because if you are a member in the club, we are attending regularly, you know each and every member what skill he is having, how he is capable. So as a VP education, you can encourage the members to take the key role players. So identifying the key role players is one of the best practice. And second best practice, I can say, vice president education. Vice president education is very, very important leadership role in the club meetings. Because if you see in a DCP, I think most of you know, and Toastmasters International is evaluating each and every club quality performance based on the DCP. In a DCP, there are 60% of goals belongs to the vice president education. So this vice president education is a key leader to create agenda. So he has to support the entire role players. So vice president education, he has to follow up through WhatsApp group. Generally in our club, what we used to do, each and every meeting we'll create a WhatsApp group and we'll bring all role players into that and we'll brief them. And also if any new role players, suppose first time they're doing evaluation, first time they're doing general evaluation, or first time they're doing PMOD, and the VPE and president, they will take extra care and they will mentor them. And also they will assign some senior people to mentor them. So that is an important support you have to give the role players. That is second best practice. Third best practice is pre-meeting preparation, because the 2 hours meeting is a live meeting for us, isn't it? So that live meeting has to go in a quality way. We need to prepare well before the meeting. So what we need to do, you have to follow up all the role players, all the members through WhatsApp group and inform them about the meeting agenda, everything. That is one thing. All role players has to be present before the 15 minutes before the meeting, even if online meeting. Suppose online meeting, if you want to start in the morning 10:30, you ask all the members to come 10:15. 10:15 to 10:30, you have to make sure all role players are in place. Then 10:30, you open the meeting for the members. So don't open meeting for everybody and to look for the role players, discussing whether general evaluator is coming or tabletop master is there or speaker is there. Don't discuss all those things into the meeting before opening the members. You have to 15 minutes you open and you make the meeting in order. Make sure all leadership roles, role players are available. Then you open the meeting for the general public. Because in online meeting, anybody can come from anywhere. Some people will come from France, some people come from US. So they will think about your image of your club. So we need to be very careful in a pre-meeting preparation. Then fourth is very important is the mentoring. Because all senior members, they can give mentoring to the new members and new role players. So that will be helpful because any senior member is once upon a time a new member to the Toastmasters, isn't it? The senior member has got a lot of experience from various meeting roles, various leadership roles. That knowledge he has to give back to the movement. So this is one of the opportunity through mentoring, you can give back to the movement so that you develop the new members, new leaders through your club. And the fifth important best practice is continuously improving. You know that I think we cannot 100%, no club can give it 100% quality. Say anywhere between 99 to 100. So that 1% improvement is important. So you have to improve continuously. So these are the 5 best practices you have to follow. Yeah. Now, whatever I explained based on my experience and based on material available in Toastmasters International and how I got this experience and everything, we need to have some success story, isn't it? So here I'm presenting one case study of one of the important club, one of the community clubs in District 120, Madras Toastmaster Club, which I belong to that club. So we completed 500 club meetings. That means our milestone meeting, 500 meeting we conducted last December 2019. Now we are conducting, I think almost 530, 540 meetings are happening now. So based on these 500 meetings experience and what we have taken some good leadership team, we have developed the club quality handbook. So in a club quality handbook, we created 3 important tracks. One is a leadership track. Second is a meeting quality track. Third one is a membership track. Because these 3 are three pillars for sustaining the clubs in the Toastmasters International. So focusing on these three tracks, what are our achievements? First of all, first and foremost, we need to see our attrition rate is less than 20%. Because if you see Toastmasters International Standard, if anything less than 20% of attrition rate, I think that your club is giving value to your members. And members are feeling that they are getting benefits from the club. And members are honing the skills. Those skills they're applying in the professional and personal life. And they are growing themselves. So attrition rate is important. Then this club has done all 10 golden gavels. Golden gavel is introduced in District 120 in 2010. So for 10 years continuously, this club is getting golden gavel. And 11 times you are a president distinguished club. 6 DTMs we produced. And we produced the 10 leaders. I think if you see Toastmasters International tell that where club leaders are made. Actually, club is making leaders. And we are touched almost 500 members to develop their skills in various aspects, whether it is a Toastmaster of the day or a general evaluator or a speaker or a mentor or whatever maybe. So that is what our success story I'm giving. Because based on this experience, we are conducting quality meetings week on week, month on month, year on year, and that will be benefited to our Toastmasters. I think I've taken 5 minutes extra, so now I can open for the question and answers. I thought of completing this my presentation by 8:45, 7:45. I think it has taken 5 minutes or 10 minutes extra. Then you can go for the, if you have any question and answers, you can go for the opening for the Sai. I think you can.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Rao, for that wonderful presentation. I'll come back to your presentation in a while. So can we quickly share our questions on the chat box so that it will be easy for me to pass on those questions to Dr. Rao? Can we do that, please? If you have any questions, I request you to please. So you can use the chat box and type key in your questions. So in your experience, Dr. Rao, what kind of questions you have come across from members or people who are relatively new? 1 or 2 pointers you would like to point out?
Generally, okay, members actually, new members has to understand what role they're playing. So we need to give some mentoring to them. So our senior members has to give mentoring to new members, how they have to play the role. So that is one of the important thing.
Right. So we have a question, Dr. Rao, from Gopinath, Medley, Chennai Toastmasters Club. How to get rid of fear when starting the speech and how to avoid the fear in front of talking to our senior leaders. So he has got 2 questions. One is fear to give a speech and also fear in front of senior leaders, maybe in the professional front, I guess.
Yeah, that is actually the practice. That is one of the objectives of Toastmasters meetings. So if you are doing practice, your speeches at home before delivering the speech, so that will be the one of the thing you can able to see. Everybody having fear. So I think over a period of time when you're experiencing, even now I'm having 30 years of experience in corporate industry. Even if I want to present my proposal to my senior members, I have to have fear. So that fear is always there inside. But as a Toastmaster, what you're going to learn here in the club meetings, you can't show the fear to the outside. You will always show your confidence. How you will show the confidence? Because you are testing on each and every club meeting, you are giving your speeches and you are preparing, you are getting mentoring. And based on that, giving speeches for a period of time, you will get a confidence without your knowledge. So that is one of the things. So practice makes a man perfect. So you can avoid your fear, and by practicing, and also you are getting quality tips from your mentor, and you are go on giving speeches at the club, you can able to reduce your fear, personal fear, in giving speeches. While talking to the seniors, so that is important, because in a leaders, when you are confident, when you are good in your subject, when you are good in your proposal, automatically you can able to talk in front of leaders. But don't hesitate. You speak whatever is coming to your mind, your heart. You can speak in front of your leaders. That is nothing wrong. So then that
Right.
over a period of time, if you start this habit, you'll eradicate your fear actually.
Right.
So that
Right.
also you can
Thank you
try
so
in
much,
our
Dr. Rao.
Toastmasters. If you have your area director,
Yeah.
your division director, your district team, they are all leaders. You can talk to them.
Right.
That fear will go.
Right. Right. So next we have one more. We have a few more questions. I'll try and ask a few to you. One is, please provide suggestions for retention of members. Asks Ramesh Ramaswamy from Vestas Toastmasters Club.
Yeah, this is very, very important. It's a challenge for all the clubs actually. So this is one of the reasons in Madras Toastmasters Club how we are successful. So we are giving to the members we are taking. We have if you see the membership track in a handbook, we have the checklist. Whenever new member is coming and joining, we'll give the checklist to the guest, and we'll ask what is the expectations. So what are the expectations that member is looking from the club that you have to see, and also you have to tell what is the club is expecting from him. From a new guest, when he has become a member, you have to tell what is the expectation from the member. He has to attend regularly meetings. He has to give at least one speech per a month, and he has to play one role in one month. So all of the expectations you have to set to them. That is one thing. Second thing, you have to remember, see, members are our clients, members are our customers, because we are paying 6 months fee, and also we are spending 2 hours time, isn't it? That is valuable time we are spending.
Right.
So whenever you are conducting a club meeting, you have to make sure, give a quality meeting that will be benefit to the members. Once you give a quality club meeting, members will stick to your club because they'll think that I'm getting benefit. If you are deviating the quality, I'm sure that members will leave the club. So that is the way you have to arrest the attrition.
Right. Right. That's a very, very valid point. And Aishwarya from Alva Pet Toastmasters Club is asking, what is the secret behind 500 milestone meetings? That is 500th milestone meeting rather. Other than quality handbook, which club developed? So I didn't get the second part of the question. So what is the secret behind the 500th milestone meeting? How you have been able to conduct so many meetings is the question.
Yeah, that's what actually, see, when we started Madras Toastmasters Club, and we have only 4 community clubs, 4 or 3 community clubs in Chennai, I can say. There's no club in Tamil Nadu at all. So when Chennai started, I think Chennai Toastmasters, and there is a Medley club is there, Anna Nagar club is there. There are 3 community clubs, and ours is the 4th community club, as per my understanding. And because I am the member of Chennai Toastmasters, I used to attend for other clubs. And also we see what actually uniqueness you have to bring to Madras Toastmasters Club. So that's why we started. So when you started the club, you have to see what uniqueness you are bringing to your club. So we are taking the point that we have to, when you are taking the members, you have to take the members in a professional members, those who wants to develop their skills.
Sorry, Dr. Rao. I'll just pitch in here. There is some background noise. What I'm going to do is I'll quickly mute everyone. You can also unmute and speak yourselves. Unmute yourselves and speak. Just give me a second, sir. I'll just mute everybody for a moment. Yeah, I think they have switched it off. You can continue. You can continue, Dr. Rao. Sorry for this.
Now you can able to hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes. Please go ahead.
So we are taking the guidelines because we want to, even if you have 20 members, so 20 members has to stick to the club forever. So while selecting the members, you have to make sure the members are coming really genuine interest to develop their skills. That's one thing. Second thing, you have to give a quality meeting week on week, even if it is coming rain or shine, even if it is floods, you have to conduct the meeting. Even if you are 5 people, 8 people, you have to conduct the meeting. So don't leave the meeting. That is the second thing. Third thing is you have to inculcate and motivate the people, because when Madras Toastmasters Club is one thing, we are all past presidents are there. We used to guide them. For example, if you see, almost we have 23 past presidents. Only few past presidents left the club because their professional thing, because they want to move out of Chennai. Maybe there are some presidents, they got married and all those things. Or some of the past presidents, maybe they started some new clubs. So we gave a chance to them. So all past presidents, mostly 10 or 12 past presidents are already available now. So we are seeing how the club is growing, and each and every time, each and every ExCom is coming, we are setting the guidelines to them. Last ExCom has done this thing, and these are the best practices you have to follow, and you have to improve certain things. So XCOM to
Okay.
XCOM, XCOM
Okay.
to XCOM, you have to mentor them. Then you can conduct any number of
Right.
meetings. I want to see thousands milestone meeting in
Okay.
Madras Toastmasters Club.
Oh, okay. May your wish come true. And we have time for one final question, which is how long the XCOM members can be in the same position? This is a question from Jagadishwari from Mamset Toastmasters Club.
Yeah, actually, if you see, depends upon the duration of the XCOM. Suppose if your club is only selecting every 6 months, or if your club is selecting for 1 year. 1 year means the duration will be 1 year, and 6 months means the duration is 1 year, 6 months. For example, if I did a VP education 6 months, I cannot do continuously next 6 months as a VP education. I can give opportunity to other guys, unless if leaders are not coming forward, any member is not there because it's a key role, you may request to continue, but it is a very rare chance because you will give the chance to other members also.
Right.
So XCOM minimum 6 months in each role, I can say, and the maximum depends upon the. I think now all clubs are conducting every weekly, so 6 months in one role.
Okay. Fair enough. So I think it's already 8:06 p.m. So I would like to share my heartiest thanks to you. As you rightly mentioned at the beginning, it is just not about conducting the club meetings and performing various roles. What you had shared gave a lot of insights in terms of connecting how these skills that we develop here. One is we get a great opportunity to try out new skills without the fear of failure here because it's a supportive environment, and how we can apply it in the outside world and see benefits. That is the kind of connection you have given by explaining the various stages. And I really liked that Vibgyor analogy of yours, that rainbow, knowledge is light, and that was pretty enlightening, Dr. Rao. So, dear Toastmasters, we have not come to the end, but to the beginning, because we are going to fine tune the way in which we are going to conduct the club meetings. It's about continuously improving ourselves. And from that perspective, before we draw curtains on this particular intervention, I would like to request each and every one of you to attend all the events of Toastmasters Leadership Institute on a regular basis, because that enables all of us much more to ensure that our investments get the right returns. So on the chat box, I am sharing a feedback link. It will not take 1 minute for you to fill it up. Since you have attended and since Dr. Rao has taken his time to share his success story, because 96 years of Toastmasters experience are in capsules. Even Dr. Rao's 12 years of rich experience, he has been able to put it in a capsule form, and he has been able to share, because he must have seen a lot of ups and downs and challenges. He has been kind enough to share with us. So let's respect by giving our feedback to Dr. Rao. And also Dr. Rao has been kind enough, because we knew that there could be challenges around time. There could be whatever questions you have in mind or very important. Dr. Rao also acknowledges that. What I'm going to also do is, I got the permission of Dr. Rao to share his coordinates with the larger group. Here you go. I have shared it on the chat box. So I request you to please make a note of it, and you can reach out to him and have all your doubts clarified, so that we can develop our leadership and communication skills, apply them outside of Toastmasters on the professional front. You may be a student, you may be a working professional, you may be an entrepreneur, wherever it is, let us apply and let's reach greater heights. Let's achieve our goal. With that, I would like to draw curtain on this education session.
Yes. Just one, give me 2 minutes.
Yes.
Before we draw the curtain.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would want to thank Dr. Rao for a very informative session. This is probably the first time that we are having such a session to explain the intricacies of the club, because most of the time people assume that anyone who comes into Toastmasters will automatically pick up how a club runs. And most of the times people do pick it up by their sheer habit of turning up to club meetings and observing around them. But this was very informative in terms of explaining to people what constitutes a club, what are the roles in a club, why leadership as well as communication both are very important in a club. What does how do you become a club officer? I mean, you straight away don't walk into a club and become the president. Okay? So all those things are very, very valuable to the members, considering the fact that in District 120, most of our members are only around 2 to 3 years in Toastmasters. So it's good. It's a very informative session for them. And I would thank Dr. Rao for also sharing his contact coordinates with the larger group. So I would request each one of you that if you want further sessions on this topic or any other topic, please do invite Dr. Rao for your club meetings to give specialized sessions, and I think he would be more than happy to do it, because I could see a lot of questions in that chat box, but unfortunately due to time constraints, we were not able to take all of them up. But this is not the end. I would say this is only the beginning. Please make use of these kind of opportunities to further enrich your knowledge, because end of the day, the club in Toastmasters is the most important thing. The club is where everything starts and the club is where everything ends. So let us all strive to kind of make this a better place where we can learn, share our experiences, and become better and better at what we do. Thank you again, Dr. Rao, for your valuable time and sharing of the experiences. And thank you everyone for being so patient and being a very supportive audience. I could see more than 170 people on the call. So this goes to show what you all were kind of looking forward to. Thank you very much to each one of you. Thank you, Sai, for hosting this session in a great manner. And,
My pleasure.
Looking forward to more of the sessions month over month. Back to you, Sai.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Satish Menon, for summing it up so very well, because I am relatively new to Toastmasters, and you have been able to add real value in terms of sharing from your perspective, because you are taking care of the quality aspects and you know better, you get to understand what is happening in the district. So that way your summing up was very useful. Thank you so much for pitching in and sharing your thoughts. With that, dear Toastmasters, as Satish Menon mentioned, we have not come to the end, but it's a new beginning. So please fill up the feedback and share your views. Attend Toastmasters Leadership Institute's event regularly. Till we meet next time, stay safe, a very great evening, and good night to all of you. Thank you.